Horror games are boring because they don't understand the difference between these two concepts. But first, let me give you some context. Horror video games are a special kind of video games. You will say that a good horror game should be able to make you feel fear. But what is fear? Fear is basically you being scared of something that could potentially hurt you. So, you could say that a good horror game is about some entity trying to kill you? Almost, but not quite there. Horror games, especially mascot horror games, has this very big issue. They show you the dangerous entity that's trying to kill you. They try to make it scary by making you vulnerable against this threat, plus trying to surprise you when it will attack. So you will be in tension the whole time while trying to run away from it. However, this is not scary. It's like saying that a game like Dead by Daylight is scary. It could be for the first 5 to 10 hours maybe, but after that you're very much more focused on effectively running away from the killer than being scared by it, because it loses the surprise factor. And let me focus more on that word, surprised. Let me use Five Nights at Freddy's as a reference to explain myself. In Five Nights at Freddy's, you're left into a cabin, you cannot move, don't have weapons, and you know the animatronics are going for you. The only way to survive is by using a set amount of tools to make them go away. But is it really scary? The answer is no. Most people are not scared about the concept of animatronics or that they want to kill you. However, they are scared of being surprised by them. When FNAF came out, this was revolutionary, because no one made a game with a similar concept or mechanics. But the issue is that after getting surprised a few times, you stop getting scared and start getting more annoyed about them killing you, knowing that you have to play the night again. It starts being more a game about resources than a properly scary game. And you may say, but every time they jump scare me, I literally jump on my seat. Isn't that scary? Sadly, that's not scary. The game relies on making you startle by surprising you. However, it stops surprising you the longer you play and only makes you startle. You're not scared. You jump not out of fear, but out of surprise. And that is our first word, startle. Horror video games abuse this too much. It isn't a bad thing, but it has been so overused that now it is cliché to use it. It is no longer scary the moment that the player just finds that the game is jumpscare after jumpscare. That doesn't mean that FNAF is boring, but I could say that it's no longer scary. Games like Poppy Playtime, Bendy the Dark Revival, or even Hello Neighbor has this issue. Especially because if you take the horror tag out, they could perfectly be called puzzle games. They focus a lot on these filler parts of completing puzzles, and if you ask me, puzzles just dilute the experience. Because I'm not here to solve a kid's puzzle, match color wires to open the door in a ton of different flavors. I'm here to feel my heart is getting out of my body. But how to do that? How to make me scared without just make me startle? How to make me feel like I'm in danger? That is what PT did really well. But before talking about it, let me explain why PT is effective at making us scared. So, the scariest thing that you can use to make a human being shit their pants, the thing that will make any grown adult sweat, that is called imagination. Yep, imagination is the scariest thing for humans. But why? That is because when we don't know something, we try to imagine it. And because of human nature, we will try to figure something out before anything else. That is it dangerous or not? That is the first thing that comes into play whenever we try to figure something out. Even the most basic and simple things comes down to it will hurt me. If we don't know the answer, then we try to compare it with things that we know. We try to solve the unknown with the well known, but sometimes this can backfire. PT implements this by making you go around a corridor again and again. Why does it makes it scary? Well, that is because doing something again and again makes it familiar to us. We travel that path a million times. We know it's safe, right? That is what makes PT so special. It makes you believe something is safe and then plays with you by changing it so you're uncertain if it's still safe. So you go through it and yeah, it is in fact safe. So you go again and it changes again. But now it looks more hostile to you. It looks different in a way that you will not feel comfortable going through it. But you have to in order to go through the game. The game betrays the feeling of safety and your understanding of the environment you are in. It makes you question yourself if the corridor has always been like this, or if the corridor is even safe anymore, or what is changing it, or if whatever is there will harm you. There is no jump scare until there is one, and all that tension explodes in a moment. That is how a good horror game is made. And that is what horror game devs don't understand. The difference between startled and scared.